Good afternoon. We're going to do the watch list for the week of March 30th. There's only 2 more days left in the month of March and 2 days left in the first quarter, which means earnings season is going to come. We're going to see the real bad numbers for earnings, and they should be pretty bad, but a lot of companies are already dropping their expectations, which means they like to lower the net when they can't hit it over the net. So that's their little thing they like to do. I just want to mention before I get into the watch list that the rates of the room are going up. If you want to lock in your price now before the rate goes up on April 1st, I would subscribe now in the next couple days and get in before the rates go up. Otherwise, you're going to pay the new price. And this week is going to be probably like the last couple, 2 or 3 weeks, where I'll go through a watch list. I'll show all the tickers of what I expect and blah, blah, blah. But the realization is that come tomorrow, we're not going to be able to trade the tickers we want because the prices are going to be so high or the spreads are going to be so nasty that you're going to have to go through and filter through all the stocks to find out which spreads are the best and price more reasonably and start trading that particular ticker instead of the ones you want to. And that's just the way things are, and that's just the way the market is now, and that's part of trading. You got to learn to adapt to the circumstances, and that's what's happening. So, but we will go over the watch list anyways and see what happens. So I'm gonna start with, I guess, the bullish side. I don't have that many because I don't expect this week to be too bullish. I think the more bad news is going to happen and things are going to get a lot worse. It's going to see a lot more. Let's see, there's witch hunting going on now where Rhode Island and Texas are going after people from New York, and it's literally a witch hunt. And I think sure that's going to get worse, and things going to happen with California, and there's a lot of unnecessary crap's going to happen this week that's probably going to affect the market. So I guess the thing is we're going to keep shorting the pops until it doesn't work, and the pops are getting a little bigger, but we just have to deal with that. At any moment something bad could really happen and the market could really sink. I still think SPY is going to go to 200, so we'll see if that actually happens or not. But anyways, we'll look at Costco. Costco is, I've been going by Costco lately, and their parking lots have been actually pretty dead considering. So but as far as like the chart looks, I mean, it's been chopping for the last couple, 4 or 5 days. The last week bouncing in between 281 and 290. So if it can get over the 292, I mean, it probably can pop, but we'll have to see what happens as far as with Costco. But I think that earnings season coming up, things are going to start showing the true colors. So Walmart, which has been really weird, when SPY is up, Walmart is down, and when SPY is red, Walmart is up. It's like Walmart is like trading like TVIX, so it's been going against the market. So I would watch, Walmart over 111, as you can see on this chart right here on the far left in the hourly. You get all the moving averages right here, which is the daily moving averages. So if it can clear some of these moving averages, which is the blue one is the 20, the white is the 5, and the red is the 10. Once it gets beyond these, it could probably pop to 120. If the market's red, I would expect Walmart to do good. I don't know about all Walmarts in the States or your area, but for once the Walmart in my area wasn't letting people inside. They were only letting in a certain amount of people in, and everyone had to wait outside. And same with Home Depot. We went by Home Depot yesterday, and there was a longer line trying to go into Home Depot than there was for Walmart, which is kind of weird. But I think that people have been stuck in their home for so long, they don't know what to do with themselves, so they're looking around their house saying, I need to do all these home improvement things, or I need to fix all these stuff that's in the house and stuff like that. So they're doing their little chores, and they're going to Home Depot to do their fixing up stuff. So I would watch Home Depot too for that. I mean, Home Depot, there's a lot of inside candles. I mean, if anything, I would probably watch Home Depot short, but I don't know. It's all going to depend on what's going to happen with the market. But, either over 200 or below 187 in that area, I would watch for a pop or a drop. I mean, it's really unknown of how Home Depot is going to react. So I don't know. We'll just have to see what Home Depot. Keep an eye on Home Depot. Another one's Boeing. If the market does pop, I would watch Boeing. You know, even though they said they don't want to bail out, I mean, I still think something could be coming. So I would watch Boeing if the market's strong over 172. If the market's also strong, I would also watch Roku too. So I mean, Roku, BA, probably my top two if the market is green, because they end up having the biggest moves, and they seem to be the most popular and beaten down to have a nice strong rally. So yeah, if the market's strong, I would watch. I watch Roku over 90 for another run to 100. Now on the short side, I have more on the short side because I don't think it's really going to be a green week. So you got win right here. Win's showing like a head and shoulders on the hourly. I mean, if things keep getting bad, and plus, let's see if I can bring up the other chart. Where's the other one? You can see on the daily, it went to the middle Celt and rejected the middle Celt, which is the middle Celt's the 20 EMA on the daily. So the fact that it rejected that and it's going down, I like the fact that it's showing a head and shoulders, but when it's going to be one of those ones that we may not be able to trade because the spreads were really nasty. So I mean, I have BA up here again, and BA is just going to be basically going wherever the market goes, and it's also showing a head and shoulders on the hourly too. So I mean, if there's a strength, I'll probably get calls on BA, and if the market is down, then I would just get puts on it too. So you'd be playing BA both ways. I mean, you can see right here it's holding the 20 EMA on the daily, that blue line. So it gets below that. I mean, it could fill the gap, but if any good news comes out or anything where the coronavirus positive comes out, that this could pop and go to 200. So BA is going to be one of those ones we could play either or. Baidu is one that I'll be watching for sure. It's got a head and shoulders on the hourly, and another inside candle on the daily. I mean, a lot of the stocks have the same look. Most have a head and shoulders on the hourly. They most have a middle Celt rejection or a 20 EMA rejection, and so a lot of these are going to end up doing the same thing. So if you can find a stock that looks similar, that has decent spreads and cheap price, that's probably the one you should be playing. And where is that being typed? Okay, right there. Oops, no. What is wrong? Okay, CAT is another one I'd be watching. I mean, it's same thing, head and shoulders right there, and it did get up here. I guess it really didn't get quite to the gap resistance on the daily, but it doesn't need to be an exact science and get right up to it. So if the market's weak, CAT could be look good under 104. Disney, I mean, same thing, got a head and shoulders right here if you want to look at it like that, and same thing, rejecting right here and pulling back. So Disney is the spreads and the prices are fairly decent. So Disney would probably be one I would probably end up playing. The same with Baidu and Baba, because they seem to be priced fairly reasonable. You can see right here that it's kind of wedging, and so if the market's weak under 187 for Baba, keep an eye out for any divergences for the short side, because any kind of bullish divergences I would probably kind of ignore, because I still think it's going to be still short the pop. SPY. Let's see. Let's bring that up on the other chart right here. How did that go over there? Okay. Somehow it did. Bring it back over here. Why isn't the chart let me drag it? Oh, God, this is a pain. Okay. wouldn't let me direct the chart. Okay, as you can see here on the daily, the SPY got up to the middle kill and it rejected. So it didn't go up and touch it. It doesn't need to touch it. It just needs to come close, and it came close enough. It rejects. So under 249, I think that you could definitely see it pull back to the lows of the 220 if the news keeps getting bad and fill this gap right here. But that will all depend on what's happening with the news. I mean, basically, the stock's going to be very hard to trade and be bipolar this week. All the stocks, not just one of them. I mean, all of them. So just have to pay attention to the news. And Nvidia is another one I have on here. I mean, it's getting up into this area where there's a lot of resistance and could pull back. And if the market's weak under 250, it's a strong psychological number that it could sink and fill the gap. So I would watch Nvidia. I haven't looked at I don't think I've looked at the options in the last couple of weeks on Nvidia, so I have no idea how the spreads are or how the prices are. So I'll have to look at tomorrow when the option chains come up. So like I said, that everything is going to be dependent on the news. That's why I'm not getting into too many technicals and divergences, because it really doesn't really matter. It's all going to be news driven until something changes. Once the coronavirus gets contained or there's a vaccine, then technicals will matter a little more than what they do. I mean, yeah, they still matter to an extent, but not like they used to. It's mostly news driven right now. So I would play it as that, and any big sizable pops will just short. And just try to see try to stay ahead of what could possibly happen throughout the week. Because whenever there's like a strong day, the next day ends up being red, or if there's a really deep red day, the next day ends up being green. So just kind of like keep that open, keep that in mind, that if tomorrow's a deep red day, that Tuesday is probably going to be a green day, and stuff like that, because that's the way the trend's been the last couple weeks, and that's what I would expect will stay. So that's going to do it for the watch list. I know I didn't go into too many technicals on the things, and I just I don't want to do that. And with news, is going to be is going to trump everything. So I just have to see what happens this week as far as news wise and trade accordingly. So that's going to do it. Thank you.